So, law of multiple proportion, let me explain it with an example. If you take CO and CO2, the mass of carbon in CO is 12 and mass of carbon in CO2 is 12. So, we take fixed mass of one atom, and the mass of oxygen combining over here is 16 units, and mass of oxygen combining over here is 16 into 2, that is 32 units. So, what does the law of multiple proportion says is that with fixed mass of one atom, the mass of other atom combines in simple whole number ratio. So, let's see. So, fixed mass of carbon in both the compounds is 12 units, and mass of oxygen combined with these is 16 units here and 32 units here. So, what is the ratio between 16 and 32? 16 is to 32, that is 1 is to 2. So, this is a ratio which is in simple whole number ratio. That is what law of multiple proportion says. Now, next law we are going to discuss is law of reciprocal proportion. As the name says, so is the explanation. Let us say we have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. You consider one example over here as we form a compound with carbon and hydrogen, methane. We take another compound CO2 over here and water over here. So, carbon hydrogen combine here, 12 gram of carbon combines with 4 gram carbon, 12 gram oxygen, 32 grams. So, what does this law says is that fixed mass of one element combines with two different atoms and forms a compound. The ratio of other two atoms will be same as when they combine together. You must be slightly confused. Let me elaborate it more. I will take C and H and O. So, you take carbon and hydrogen, I will take a compound CH4. What is the mass of carbon? 12, hydrogen 4, right? And if we take a compound of carbon, oxygen, CO2, what is the mass of carbon? 12 unit. What is the mass of oxygen? 32 units, right? Now, hydrogen and oxygen can combine together to form water. What is the ratio of masses of hydrogen and oxygen? Hydrogen is 2 units and oxygen is 16 units. So, what is the ratio? Simple ratio will be 1 is to, simple ratio will be 1 is to 8, right? Now, what does this law says? Carbon combines with hydrogen to form methane. Carbon combines with oxygen to form CO2. The masses, the fixed mass of carbon combines with hydrogen 4 unit here, and fixed mass of carbon 12 units combined with 32 mass of oxygen. So, what is the ratio between mass of hydrogen and oxygen in these compounds? I think you will agree the ratio is 4 is to 4 is to 32. If you simplify this, what is the ratio you are going to get? You will get 1 is to 8. This is the ratio in the masses of different compounds in which hydrogen and oxygen are present. There is the mass of hydrogen and there is mass of oxygen. And here you get these two atoms combined in the same ratio. That is what the law of reciprocal proportion says. That fixed mass of one atom combines with another atom to form two different compounds, as carbon hydrogen forms methane and carbon oxygen forms CO2. The mass of hydrogen and oxygen here is in 1 is to 8 ratio. Same is when they combine together it to form water, that is 1 is to 8. So, ratio over here 1 is to 8 is same as ratio over here 1 is to 8. That is what law of reciprocal proportion is all about. I have explained everything over here. And the last point is, what is atomic mass? What is atomic mass? This is mass of an atom. Mass of an atom, what does it consist of? It consists of electron, proton and neutron. Electron has a negligible mass. So, in totality what we do is, we add up the mass of neutron and proton and we say this is the atomic mass of atom, and it is mentioned in AMU. So, AMU is the unit of atomic mass and molecular mass. Alright. So, what is AMU? AMU is 1 by 12 the mass of carbon 12 atom. What is AMU? 1 AMU equals to 1 by 12 into mass of carbon 12 atom. Law of gaseous volume. Law of gaseous volume is applicable only on gaseous reactant and gaseous product. How it goes, let me tell you here. If we take a reaction hydrogen plus chlorine react to give HCl, hydrogen chloride gas, right? All these are gases. So what does this law says? Law of gaseous volume given by scientist name is Gay-Lussac. What he told us about is that if two gases are combining, the mole ratio of gases is same as volume ratio. You didn't get that, right? I'll explain it over here. What is the mole ratio? How you take the mole ratio? You take a balanced reaction, balanced chemical reaction, then the number ahead of the molecule, over here it is 1, over here it is 1, over here it is, what is here? 2, right? This is a balanced equation. So 1 mole of hydrogen H2, 1 mole of chlorine gives you 2 moles of HCl. So the ratio of moles is 1 is to 1 is to 2. So mole ratio is 1 is to 1 is to 2. So the volume ratio will also be 1 is to 1 is to 2. That means if I take 10 ml of hydrogen gas, then chlorine volume that reacts with 10 ml of hydrogen gas will also be 10 ml, because the ratio is 1 is to 1. So 10 ml of this reacts with 10 ml of hydrogen to give you 2 into 10, that is 20 ml of HCl. So the ratio in moles was 1 is to 1 is to 2. So volume ratio is also 1 is to 1 is to 2. I hope you understood everything over here. That is what law of gaseous volume is all about. The mole ratio is same as volume ratio, or we can say volume ratio of reacting gases and products will be same as mole ratio in a balanced reaction.